Hey guys, Mike for Chassis Parts Online again. Wanted to make another short video about these frame boxes. The one I made the other day, the video, another frame box video. I don't remember if I told you what that frame box was for. And the 48 to 56, 48 to 52, and 53 to 56 are all the same. And they look like this one. They're gonna have three straight holes, but they're only 4 inches tall here, where this one is 4.5. Okay. This one here is one of the new ones where I cut off the corners to make it easier to weld the insides. It's a bitch getting down in there to weld that. Okay. So, and then this part here sticks out so that when it's inside the frame, this touches the inside of the frame and squeezes it. You got crush sleeves here in the middle. Then you got holes. This is actually the bottom. This is the top. Okay. These are the same holes that are in all our stuff. Same bottom holes. You got your line right here. That's your axle center line on the 48 to 64 trucks. 48 to 52, 53 to 56, 57 to 60, and 61 to 64. There's a hole right in the center of the bottom of the frame that has a bump stop over the axle, the straight axle. That's your axle center line. So you can move this forward or however you want. Most guys do move it forward a little bit. But anyway, at least you got a line to mark it with. Okay. As I said, I don't know if I explained to you in another video, and I don't know if the video showed the older version or this newer version of the. This is the 57 to 64. 4.5 inches tall inside frame on those trucks. As I said, the 48 to 56 are only 4 inches tall inside, and basically has the same shape here. It's just this distance is the same. That distance is a lot closer to the bottom, because this distance from right here to the top of the frame, from the top of the frame down to that center hole, has to be 1.25 inches. Okay, that's crucial. That's a crucial measurement for lining up the upper control arms to the lower control arms. On those frames, that did not change. Okay, the only thing that changed was they made the frame go up on the later models. Okay, so that right there is where the difference is. And on the side here, there's an extra 1/2 inch here basically on this one. All right, so on the 48 to 52 and 53 to 56, 57 to 60, and 61 to 64. As we said, there's no holes like this on the outside of the frame. So how do you line that up? First of all, you determine your axle center line. Determine if you want to move your axle forward. If you do, just make your mark on the bottom of the frame 1 inch forward of that hole, and then make you a line on the outside of the frame, across and down the inside of the frame. Then when you put this box inside the frame, move it onto your line. Okay, line it up on your line. Drill through these 2 holes here. These are the ones that have the crush sleeves. Okay. Drill through these 2 holes right here. Okay. To the outside of the frame. Okay. Then take this box out, put it on the outside of the frame. Okay. And then you can mark these other holes and drill all those from the outside. You don't have to drill from the inside. Okay. It makes that easier for putting this in. And I just got a tractor so I can move a frame over here and do that drilling. The problem is I don't have room outside yet. I've just started cleaning up my chassis table. I just cut this piece off of this piece here, and this is half the chassis table. This piece here has to go on this table and be welded down, and I haven't done it yet. And then I've got to cut that other piece too. Then this is be my F100 chassis table since since it's 34 wide, and it's 34 wide because 4 truck frames are 34 wide. So yeah, it's a mess right now, but it will be right. So if you have any questions about these nuts, these are just basically a weld-on nut. Some nuts like this are not made for being welded. These are made to be welded on. They make some of those with the, I think, for being spot welded on, but those are actually for being welded. So yeah, this is the 48 to 64. I'm gonna go get the plate for the 65 to 79. Okay. This is the plate for the 65 to 79. It's got those same 6 holes that are in the outside of those chassis, okay? And this right here, being 1.25 inches down from the top line of the frame, that's critical, and that's what lines up these other ones too, as I said a while ago, okay? But this frame here is 5.5 tall inside. That's why this thing is so tall, okay? Versus this little bitty short one. Now this is the 48 to 52 and 53 to 56. So basically 48 to 56. It's got the same holes. It's got the same holes, and as you can see, the top lines up in the same spot, okay? The middle hole, the bottom hole, they all line up. But you got an extra 1/2 inch here on this one because it's the taller frame from the 57 to 64 years. The frame is taller. Okay, 65, they went to an even taller frame when they went to I-beams versus the straight axle. But anyways, this right here, these boxes are the same. In fact, the top plate, bottom plate are the same. Even the side plate is almost the same, except it doesn't. Except it has this has a longer piece in that one spot. But that's the frame boxes, and you're going to trip out when you see the 80 to 96, because the 80 to 96 frame, it tapers out as it goes forward, right where the frame boxes are. So it's multi-piece, and I'm going to be assembling one of those today. In fact, I've got to assemble one of these today too. So I'll shoot a video later on for those if I have the time to do it. If I have time to get them together. If not, I can do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. That means today's Friday. I still got to ship the shock mounts. One set of these shock mounts is for in stock, and the other 2 are for orders that are coming up. So if I get time, I got to box these up and send these to my buddy Joseph in Louisiana. So, peace.